When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
From the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University, it's the final match of the Hampton Inn Invitational. The Bowling Green Falcons hosting the DePaul Blue Demons. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us alongside Brandon Lowe. I'm Brad Woznicki. One of the best parts about having these preseason tournaments is that opportunity for teams to find out exactly who they are.
Yeah, and it's been a big learning experience all the way throughout. You mentioned day 3, the last day. So your last chance to learn here for this tournament. I'm excited to see what DePaul brings to the table. They're still looking for their first win. And then for Bowling Green, I want to see the M&Ms back in action. Alexis Mattil, Kaitlin Meyer, and Kat Manley.
And speaking of Kat Manley, in 2021, she was a member of the All-MAC freshman team. She was also a member of the All-MAC tournament team. An impressive performance last night.
Such an impressive performance last night. You matched your career high with 19 kills. She was so good, just going right at the block. She was down the line, across the court, threading it through the defense. And just when they got used to her, when they made the adjustment, a tip kill right over the top. Kat Manley was nearly perfect last night.
We'll see how the local product follows up that performance against Western Kentucky, taking on DePaul today. As my partner noted, the Blue Demons coming in here still in search of their first win. It's been a bit of a process trying to figure out who this offense is going to be, time in and time out. But you know who the leader is. It's Jill Presley, the preseason all-conference selection.
Yeah, Presley, she's just one of those players. She's a large part of the Blue Demons' identity. She was really strong yesterday. If you would have looked at the 2 games that DePaul played and compared Presley to Kat Manley, they were about the same. They were really strong up front. Presley was on the attack as well. Same sort of style, down the line, across the floor. And she was dominant, and even though the team fell in that second game against Northern Kentucky, her performance never skipped a beat.
3 double-doubles already on the season for Jill Presley. The opening serve coming your way here on ESPN.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Falcons moments away from the opening serve. Brad Woznicki alongside Brandon Lowe. These last 3 days, we've seen Northern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, Bowling Green, and DePaul. Western Kentucky coming in a top 25 team. Bowling Green was right in it with the Hilltoppers last night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that game was just so impressive. I mean, we've been doing these volleyball games for the last 2-3 years together, and that might have been the best game I've ever seen Bowling Green play here at the Stroh Center, and they didn't even win.
And it was the 4th time that a ranked team has come to the Stroh Center. Remember back in 2016, Louisville was here. 2013, you had both Creighton and BYU. And DePaul, when you talk about this 0-5 record coming in. A couple of tough 5-set losses to SMU and Northern Kentucky that we saw yesterday. They are right there. Bowling Green knows this is a team that they got to come in here and not overlook.
And that loss yesterday for DePaul to Northern Kentucky, you mentioned the 5-setter. I mean, that was just such a heartbreaker. They came out, they dominated set number 1. Northern Kentucky responds and wins set 2. DePaul wins set number 3. Northern Kentucky responds again, and then it went down into extra serves even in the 5th set. So, I mean, that was a match that you look back and you look at that and say it could have gone either way. And unfortunately for DePaul, the ball just didn't roll their direction.
And DePaul, they've got 6 newcomers and 9 returning letter winners. A lot of underclassmen on this team and just 1 senior. That lone senior is Bailey Nelson.
And Bailey Nelson was a player that she was kind of quiet yesterday. She did some things here and there, but she could never really piece together a run. We mentioned Jill Presley at the top of the broadcast. Taylor Underwood was another one that did a lot yesterday for the Blue Demons. So look for Nelson to sort of have a coming out here. Look for her to play strong today against the Falcons.
DePaul picked to finish 3rd in the Big East preseason poll. Creighton, the favorite. Marquette picked 2nd. And Bowling Green, the favorites in the Mid-American Conference. This was the return of the Hampton Invitational this year for the first time since 2019. Some quality volleyball all weekend long. It continues right now. Falcons unable to control that first ball. DePaul on the board. Tell you another thing, Brandon. Bowling Green and Western Kentucky both had their fair share of service errors yesterday. Serve receive going to be crucial in this match.
The service errors yesterday were the one thing, looking back for Western Kentucky and Bowling Green in that matchup, that's going to be one thing that both teams have to clean up throughout the season, and Bowling Green gets a chance to do that here against DePaul.
And a great spot from Lauren Hovey. Made her home debut yesterday. Picked up 10 kills, hit 304 for the match. Another impressive home debut.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's one of the players, one of the freshmen that came in. We don't know a whole lot about her other than what we learned through the stats and the research that we can do. And it's different doing that research and seeing someone in action, and she was impressive, and that's the best way to put it.
And she's one of 4 Canadian players on this Bowling Green roster, and you actually have 3 of the 4 involved early in this match. Out there right now, you have Laube, Hannah Laube that is, Lauren Hovey. You did have Jessica Andrews in that starting lineup, and Isabel Laube, we'll see if we see her. She is the younger sister of Hannah. Kat Manley rolls it into the corner. It was played by Krasowski, and the attack error, 2 apiece here in the opening set.
And one of the things you mentioned with Isabel Laube, the younger sister of Hannah Laube, I think that's something that's really unique about this Falcons team, is not 1 but 2 sets of sisters. So, I mean, you look across college athletics, it's not very often that you get 1 set of siblings on a team together. How about 2 sets of siblings on this Falcons team?
Controlled by Presley, going to the outside. Hovey and Andrews put up the block. That's 2 freshmen teaming up.
And Jessica Andrews just presents such a challenge on the block. 6'4", with the arms extended above her head. That's well over 7 feet tall.
Good job to keep that one out of the net. And that kill caught the line. Good-looking swing from Taylor Underwood, the 6'2" freshman from California. She's coming off a season-high 13 kills, 5 digs. She hit 195 in that matchup against NKU. And now to serve, Ashley Kudiamat, sophomore out of Los Angeles. Right side, Hovey, right off the shoulder of Presley. She was just trying to get out of the way of that ball. You've seen Hovey involved on both the outside and the right side.
And that's one of the things, too. Bowling Green, their attackers just have so much power on the swing. Doesn't matter if it's Hovey, doesn't matter if it's Kat Manley, and especially Petra Androva.
Kaitlin Meyer and Jaden Walls now on the floor for Bowling Green. It'll be Jaden Walls to serve. Nearly an ace. Pushed into the back row. Good job on the cross. Kat Manley gets a swing. Takes it right into the corner. Kat Manley makes it 5-3 Falcons. Go through Kat Manley and her 19 kills last night, tying her career high. She hit .267 for the match. It was her 4th consecutive match with double-figure kills. Again, serving right at Presley, trying to keep her out of the offensive system. That one off the pin on that last attack for DePaul.
And one of the things worth noting about Manley, too, we talked about the night that she had last night. In that last set, Western Kentucky came back from being down 6 points. So if that set goes into another set after that, Manley, no questions asked, has a new career high for kills.
Presley on the swing. Great spot. Jill Presley, 6th rotation player. She's coming out of Texas, had that opportunity to actually start this season in Texas when they played a tournament in Dallas. It was a nice homecoming. 17 kills in both matches yesterday. That serve sailed. Bowling Green up 3. Talking about the Falcons' service game, 28 aces through the first 5 matches. Now Kat Manley to serve. Good control by Krasowski. Leads to an attack on the right side that is out. It looks like it may have just gotten a piece of Torres here. Let's see one more time. And that ball was well in. Walls out to Androva. Yes, just buried that ball. Petra Androva, she was limited yesterday. You really saw Western Kentucky's defense make her the focal point, make everyone else try and beat them. Androva was held to 3 kills and a negative hitting percentage.
And it's not very often that we see that.
A good deep serve from Torres. Good touch. Androva right side. Quick attack to the middle. Nice execution there to get a touch. Allie Kindleberger.
And one of the things to pay attention to is Jaden Walls and Petra Androva. The chemistry that they have, they just know where each other are at on the floor at all times. It was super impressive yesterday, so keep an eye on that today as we go throughout the match.
Walls jump set to Meyer, and Meyer uses the block. They'd like to see more of that from Kaitlin Meyer. You know, a lot of times she's going to go up and try and power it through the block. The more she can tool the block, the better this offense is going to be. And Kaitlin Meyer, she has been one of the leaders since she put a Falcons uniform on. You go through her numbers, All-MAC first team 4 times, first Bowling Green volleyball player to earn that. Received by Krasowski. Presley, off-speed swing.
And Kaitlin Meyer, you mentioned the accolades, closing in on a handful of records. She's going to be one that's in the Bowling Green record books for a long time.
Those records you note, 3rd in program history in career kills. She needs less than 90 to move into 2nd, and it won't be long before she becomes the all-time leader in career attacks. Currently 2nd right now. Hovey. Lauby, Androva, dug out by Presley. Oh, nice up, but an overpass. Love the energy in this gym right now. Back and forth. Falcons' attack percentage has been very good. Just got to be a little bit better on their control right now with their passing. Presley serve out. When you get that top spin serve, it can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy depending on the night.
There's such a variation of serves we're going to see throughout the day. Some people will play it long, some people will play it short, some people will use that top spin. And if it works, you don't really care how it happens, but it's got to work and it's got to be in.
To the middle. Torres, Lauby, out to Manley. Right side. Lauby with the up. Manley Couldn't quite get it through the block. It's pushed deep into the corner and drove a nice up. Hovey gets over there. Free ball for DePaul. Outside. Torres. It's going to be a joust at the net. Nice play by Androva. Manley looking for that corner. Yes. What a point on both sides.
What an excellent sequence of events for Bowling Green. I mean, Androva had to go all the way back to get it. Hovey was right there. Then Torres played over that free ball, and that's what kept it alive. That point should have been over at that point, and it should have been advantage DePaul, but nice job right there. And then Androva had to go back down again to get the dig on the next return.
They run the slide. Mattil and Manley were there, talking about the M's that my partner loves. Then you get Hovey with the block of her own on the outside. Great start for Lauren Hovey. Hovey spent 8 seasons with the KW Predators Volleyball Club, earning 3 team MVPs, 3 provincial championships, and 3 national championships. She was named the tournament MVP at the 22 U18 Nationals. What a dig. And then Hannah Laube, thinking she was running out of room there, just tried to get an arm on it. Might have been able to get 2 there. Petra Androva is showing you why she is the definition of a 6th rotation player.
I mean, and you talk about Kaitlin Meyer, you talk about Petra Androva. Also, Bowling Green just releasing their list of the top 50 athletes in school history. Androva's still playing, and she's already in the top 10 on that list.
Using the block point, DePaul. DePaul coming off a 19-12 season. They were 12-6 in the Big East, the most wins in conference play since joining the Big East back in 2005, and their most overall victories in a season since 2001 when DePaul was in the NCAA tournament. Bowling Green was there a couple of years ago. Kat Manley converts. Now on the floor, Jessica Andrews. She'll be in that front row with Manley and Hovey. Mattil to serve. On that first ball contact, DePaul handled it from there. Bailey Nelson averaging 9 kills a match, a .230 attack percentage. Ashley Kudiamat will serve. Handed out 29 assists last night. Added 12 digs. Middle. Andrews, at 6'4" frame, gets on you quickly.
Anytime you're that vertically blessed, it can only mean good things. And we see it in a lot of sports. It's not just volleyball, but basketball as well. Anytime you can get that height advantage, you got to take advantage of it, and Andrews did just that.
Anxious to see how that middle success is going to continue on without Katie Kidwell. Now gone due to graduation. One of the best all time for Bowling Green in blocks. Nearly an ace. Opportunity for the Falcons to make this a 4-point advantage. They use Petra Androva out of the back row. Krasowski keeps it alive. Another dig for Petra Androva. She might have a double-double before the second set is over. Right side lefty is blocked. They tried to go to Grace Brooker, and the Falcons were all over it, taking us to our first media timeout. Loving the energy in the Stroh Center so far. And the Falcons on their home floor lead DePaul 15-11. You're watching NCAA Volleyball on ESPN.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Now the hardest working camera in our production, the net cam, giving you a great look here coming up on Bowling Green's block. The Falcons going up against Grace Brooker, the lefty on the outside. All over it.
Yeah, and I mean, that lefty hitter, sometimes it's just really hard to defend. But Bowling Green, we talked about Katie Kidwell, we talked about Jessica Andrews. That's one thing that Bowling Green has historically been good at, is blocking up front. Their attacks, I mean, their net play is just so good.
Out of the timeout, right side. Going cross court. Taylor Underwood will serve. Underwood stands at 6'2". Ball did a nice job going out to the West Coast to find some great additions to this program. And Bowling Green unable to turn it inside. And Petra Androva is trying to say that after the block, it went off of DePaul, and Daniela Tomic has the challenge card in her hand. And this was right in front of us, Brandon. Petra Androva was certain this ball went off of DePaul.
And there was a play call almost exactly the same at the end of the Western Kentucky Northern Kentucky match, and I didn't think Northern Kentucky touched the ball, and apparently they did after review. So this is just one of those calls you have to go back to the monitor, look and see. But I mean, if you're Daniela Tomic, with as certain as Petra Androva was that hit DePaul on the way out, you got to challenge that as a coach. You got to back your player up.
Well, Daniela Tomic, her team, these first couple of weekends, you go down to Tennessee, you come out of there 1-2, saw number 13 Purdue, then Loyola Chicago, then ended that tournament with a 4-set win over Tennessee, only to come in here this weekend, see Northern Kentucky, the preseason favorite in the Horizon League, followed up with a top 25 ranked Western Kentucky team, and now you see DePaul, who's going to be one of the teams to beat in the Big East.
And I still think, too, if you go back and you play yesterday's match again between Western Kentucky and Bowling Green, if they were to play that all over again, I think it could be a different result. Bowling Green looked super strong, and if those things go different ways, some of the calls go different ways, and if Bowling Green maybe prevents that Western Kentucky run late, it's a whole different match.
The call overturned, and the right call. I'll give you one more look at it. Andrews and Manley got out there to block it and get it to go off DePaul.
And the biggest indicator there was you couldn't really see it very well from that angle, but the change of direction as the ball went in to out.
Now serving Alex LeBoy, third season in a Falcons uniform. Right side, out of bounds. You're going to that right side a lot. I think you got to go a little bit more to the outside. If you're DePaul right now, give Bowling Green a different look. Or go to the middle where you've seen success as well.
And you just got to see, if you're DePaul, you've got to recognize and make those changes to try to be more effective, especially with yourselves down 5 now.
Presley off the block and out of bounds. Blue Demons do have the edge in kills right now, but attack percentage, Bowling Green at 471, Blue Demons just at 161. The Falcons blocking 4-0 right now. Walls, middle, Andrews, quick attack. Kept that ball inside the 10-foot line.
Oh, man.
Nice hand for Andrews as she rotates out. Jillianese Torres, the team leader in service aces. Tracked down there by Kudiamat. Off the hands of Meyer. Jaden Walls will send it to Meyer. Back row. Over top, Jaden Walls. Meyer. Now the back row attack right at LeBoy. And Androva right side. You can count that one. Petra Androva, her second kill of the match.
And we talked about her play style, her legacy. She's just one of those players that in a long volley like that, if you want it to come to an end, just give it to Petra Androva.
And DePaul continuing to struggle with the serve receive. Out to Meyer. Kept alive by Kudiamat. The attack error for Brooker. How big that challenge call was from Daniela Tomic. If it did not get overturned, you're looking at a 2-point set. Bowling Green got the call overturned, up 4, now up 7. The Falcons the first to 20 here in set 1. Timeout taken by DePaul. The Falcons' lead has ballooned to 8 in the first set.
And yeah, you mentioned that challenge call really turned the tide, and Bowling Green has just built up momentum since that call. In an 8-point lead, you're 4 points away from a set 1 victory. I mean, an ideal start for Bowling Green after that challenge.
So Marie Zidek, the fifth-year head coach for DePaul, talking to her staff there a moment ago. Marie Zidek is not only familiar with the DePaul program, but she is familiar with the Mid-American Conference. Zidek, 2010 to 2012, she was an assistant coach for this DePaul program. She did spend the season with the Buffalo Bulls, now the head coach of this DePaul program. And you've just continued to see season by season building up to where this team is a contender for a conference title.
And we talk mostly about the team in the regards it's fun to watch teams perform from year to year, the upperclassmen go along, but it's super fun to watch the development of coaches. If you just see the way they go through, starting out as potentially a grad assistant and then an assistant coach, maybe assistant coach at 2 places, and then you get a head coaching job. So really interesting to see the progression of a lot of head coaches, and Zidek, another one.
Falcons will come out with Torres, LeBoy, Walls, Indrova, Meyer, and Mattil. Out there for DePaul, you've got Brooker, Krasowski, Kudiamat, Presley. Received by Presley. Right side, and able to get that to the inside of the block. Good cut shot there. Much needed point for DePaul out of the timeout. Still would like to see Presley get more involved there. I thought they had an opportunity there with her first pass to go to the outside to her. Here's Maggie Jones, the North Carolina State transfer. Walls, Mattil. Meyer, Krasowski with an excellent up. But there's an easy double call against Jones. And Jones should be a very good addition to this DePaul program. She played in 26 of 29 matches with North Carolina State before coming to DePaul, recorded 328 assists. Her family, known for their success in college athletics. Mount St. Joseph in Cincinnati, where she is from. Father played baseball. Her mother was a 3-time All-American in volleyball.
She had some really good runs yesterday. And like you said, she should be a really strong addition. We'll have to see what she brings to the table here against the Falcons.
Oh, not a good pass there from Hannah Laube. It carries over and out. She was just trying to keep that ball out of the net. And now it'll be Jill Presley to serve. Presley averaging a double-double, 15-plus kills, 13-plus digs per match. Service error there. We just can't afford those right now this late in the set, now trailing by 8. Manley on for LeBoy. Out of bounds. Set point now for the Falcons. Bowling Green fans rise to their feet. A lot of high schoolers in attendance here today, along with the Falcon faithful. And service error, that one carried a little bit. Thought for a moment Presley might take it. Now Rachel Krasowski will serve. Manley receives. Laube goes to Hovey, and she is stuffed. That was straight up, straight down, and DePaul is going to let Taylor Underwood know about it. Yeah, DePaul was ready there. They were not fooled. Falcons can take the set right here. Manley blocked, but it's off the block and out of bounds. Very close there on the pin. 25-17, the Falcons take the opening set. We think there may be a challenge coming here. Looking over at the DePaul bench. Now that is going to be the end of set number one. No challenge. Falcons take the opening set by 8. We've got plenty more volleyball coming your way here on Saturday afternoon from the Stro.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Out of Perrysburg High School, Kat Manley, our impact player tonight. What have you liked from her so far?
And she's just picked up where she's left off last night. 4 kills already to start the match. She's been explosive. You saw one down the line there. Just worked its way all the way through traffic. And I'll tell you what, it's not very often you get to play so close to home, but for Kat Manley, playing 12 minutes down the road, it's got to be a big confidence booster to have family here all the time.
Kat Manley coming off that 19 kills last night, tying her career high against Western Kentucky. Coming out for DePaul, you'll have Taylor Underwood, Maggie Jones, Hannah Carl, along with Caitlin Oxley, Jill Presley, and the libero, Rachel Krasowski. Bowling Green with Matil, Hovey, Manley, Torres, Hannah Laube, and Petra Androva.
And one of the things that I'm going to be looking for DePaul is more of Allie Kindleberger. She's been quiet here to start, and she's got to be the one to make the change. Really, it's been all across the board for DePaul. There's a couple people tied at 3 kills, but I want to see Allie Kindleberger step up.
Falcons hitting 333 so far compared to 103 for the Blue Demons. DePaul runs the slide, looking for a touch call, but Bowling Green able to stay out of the way.
And Petra Androva, a little Dikembe Mutombo. Not today.
The no.
Yes. Yes to the no, not no, yes.
Down the line. Out to Presley. Right into the body of Androva and played off the scores table. Free ball for DePaul. Middle attack and off the hands of Torres. That ball is let go by Torres. Androva is right there.
And I don't know how many mops are at the Stroh Center, but if Petra Androva keeps laying out to the left, laying out to the right, and reaching back for balls and ending up on the floor, she might register as another one.
Look at this effort playing it off the scores table. That was Hovey who tracked it down. Falcons 2-1. Alexis Matil to serve. You've liked what you've seen so far from Alexis Matil this season. She's, of course, involved in the middle, hitting .265, but she's also finding success with her blocks and in her service game. Middle. Good connection there. Maggie Jones set it up. Finished off by
Allie Kindleberger.
Right on cue. Kindleberger, over 1,000 career kills coming out of Franklin Regional High School in Pennsylvania. Also holds the school record in the high jump. Dad played football at Pitt. Her grandfather rowed at Princeton. Manley, yes, a no-doubter. She was swinging one way, the defense for DePaul was going the other.
And with the swing like that and the speed that ball came across the net, even if you're going the right way, that's super tough to defend.
Down the line. Handled well by the Blue Demons. Walls at the net. Andrews with a nice play. Torres. Meyer. Off the block. You can count it for the Falcons. Tell you, what didn't you like on that play? Had a near overpass. It was played there by Jessica Andrews to get that dig from Torres. Meyer gets the kill. A lot to like on that point. Jones to the outside. And Drova with the up. Kept out of the net by Walls. Presley in the back row. And pushing it off the block. Torres again. And Meyer keeps it inside the pin. The roll shot, Torres. Manley. Opportunity for DePaul to gather themselves. A double is called. Tough way to end. Another great point on both sides.
And Petra Androva, again, twice she went to the floor. She's all over the place. That's so impressive. There's not many players that can do that. She's up, right back to her feet, and laying out again to go after the ball. I mean, you can't teach that kind of thing.
Androva already up to 8 digs. To the middle, Krasowski. Touched over by Manley. DePaul can tie it. They go right side. Krasowski now outside, blocked, and nobody home in the back row. Andrews and Manley. Momentary pause in the action to wipe up the sweat spot on the floor. Understandable. It is a little bit warm in this gym. We're looking at about 90 degrees outside, high humidity. Both teams laying it all out there in the final match of the Hampton Inn Invitational.
And this floor, and very new floor at that, just redone over the past summer. It's seen a lot of action over the last 3 days.
Well, the floor looks great, too. It really brightens up the Stroh Center.
Yeah. And I think it was much needed, too. And it, like you said, it looks great. The baseline Bowling Green at one end, Stroh Center at the other. You love the Falcon logo in the middle on the state of Ohio, similar to what the Ohio Bobcats have. The Ohio State Buckeyes have it as well.
Received by Torres. Androva. Krasowski the dig. Kudiamat tried to set it up for the right side. Now she'll go middle. Long way to run. Manley. Androva will get it over. Out of bounds. Boy, that was close to that back line, but everyone applauding that effort from the Falcons.
And one of the things that probably doesn't get emphasized enough is how tough it is to not only make that play originally, to go all the way back near the bleachers, near the baseline of the basketball court to get that ball, but then to get back in position and be able to win the point.
Trying to take it down the line, out of bounds. It's one thing you don't want to have that you saw, I thought, a little too much of from Northern Kentucky when they played Bowling Green on Thursday. When Northern Kentucky would make a big play, start to find a little bit of momentum, they would come up with a service error. They had over 15 service errors for the match. It was really deflating. Right side, Meyer. Able to split the back row.
We talked about it last year during Bowling Green home games, but that impressive elevation from Kaitlin Meyer, it's like she has a levitate button that she just hits and floats when she goes to attack. It's just, wow.
And you've watched it now for 4 years, and you still can't get over it. Back to Presley. Nice use of Presley there. She had the serve receive, transition to the middle, and it was a good pass from Kudiamat. Maggie Jones on to serve. Here it is one more time. Kill for Presley. There's one-on-one there. Falcons caught watching. Indrova. Nice up there by Jones. Now it's over to Presley. Hovey. Heavy arm swing there from Lauren Hovey. Falcons hitting 342, 070 for the Blue Demons. 5-1 in blocks for Bowling Green. Bowling Green saw the two best blocking teams, I thought, in this invitational on Thursday and Friday. You had the size certainly for Western Kentucky. Northern Kentucky was the top blocking team in the Horizon League in 2021. Finding the corner. It's good execution to Taylor Underwood. Short serve from Presley. Laube saves it. Jones goes right side. Open door there, and DePaul takes advantage.
And one of the things that you mentioned back in the first set is you would like to see Bowling Green's passing be a little more precise. It's been a little sloppy. I mean, right there you saw Laube. She had to go almost into the net to try to set that one up. So you'd like to see Bowling Green really calm that pass down and make the right passes in order to get those better attacks.
And you're going back and forth between Walls and Laube in the setting position for Bowling Green. They're both going to give you different looks. You certainly have a little more length and size from Hannah Laube, but you do have that quick jump set from Jaden Walls.
And I mean, that's just a good example of two very different players playing the same position, and they both bring a different element to the table when they're on the floor.
And Hovey puts it away.
I think about the only player that I've ever seen hit a ball that hard other than Lauren Hovey is also wearing a Bowling Green uniform, Petra Indrova.
It looked good. It sounded good. It was good. Credit to Steve Ronkowitz with that statement. On the outside, able to get it into the block. DePaul doing a good job of working quicker with their offense, not allowing Bowling Green to get their block set. That was the 19th. Make that the 20th kill of the match for the Blue Demons. Here's Allie Kindleberger. Falcons trying to tie it up, and they will. Manley gets it into the block. Just needed a little more press over there from Caitlin Oxley. Oxley, one of 7 underclassmen. You like the response here from the Blue Demons. They fell in that first set 25-17. Bowling Green definitely had the momentum as you got later and later into that set. Could go either way right now. Good save. Jones, heck of a play just to be able to get that ball to the middle.
And I think, too, for DePaul, you mentioned a good response from them going on right now. If you look back at every match throughout the season, you should be able to take at least one thing and learn something through every match. Win, loss, no draws in volleyball, but win or loss, you should be able to take something from every match. And I think that match yesterday against Northern Kentucky, DePaul was the team that was out in front, and they had to watch how Northern Kentucky responded and eventually won that match. So if there's anything to take away from DePaul out of the yesterday match against the Norse, it was we gotta protect. And they also learned how to come back. Northern Kentucky showed them how.
Ashley Kudiamat to serve. Back to Meyer. That one headed to the stands. And Alex LeBoy on for Cat Manley. Middle. Meyer. To Diamant outside. Good touch. Androva blocked. Back to Androva, another nice touch off the Blue Demons block. Excellent up by Walls. Bowling Green wanted a touch call, not going to get it. DePaul by 2.
And one of the things that I'm getting more and more interested to see is how long it'll be before we see Mia Tyler. Played really well for the Falcons on night 1. Played pretty well last night as well in the second game they played against Western Kentucky. And she hasn't made an appearance yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Well, I think, Brandon, that goes to Bowling Green's depth. Because they just have players that they want to just keep ready. I mean, that's what this team has been known for. Whose night it's going to be? Mia Tyler, very good Thursday night. We noted Cat Manley coming in, her performance. But behind her, Lauren Hovey in her home debut made her presence known. Just got to be ready for when your number's called.
And that's the thing, too. You mentioned just the depth.
And Bowling Green coaching staff and the team refers to those players coming off the bench as game changers.
Yeah. And, I mean, anytime you have depth like that, it's so impressive. It's why this team's been good for so long. It's why Bowling Green's women's soccer program has been good for so long. Jimmy Walker, Daniela Tomich, they've both had bench depth that they can go to. And you know what? That's going to lead to MAC championships for this team.
Petra Androva, big swing. Better dig there from Krasowski. Androva, another swing. Got away from her there, and you're looking up at the board. You're saying right now, DePaul up by 3, trying to even up this match. Media timeout. 15-12 your score. We'll be back.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Brandon's digging it. Well, Freddie and Frida Falcon enjoying their time in the stands here at the Stroh Center. They've got a lot to keep their eyes on today. Taking place at the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, Bowling Green, and UCLA. How are we looking there, Brandon?
Bowling Green was up 17-7, but it's 17-17. Again, it's all tied up. UCLA actually just went down and scored. Extra point is good, so things are locked there with 4:04 left in the second quarter.
Bowling Green had that memorable win at Minnesota last season. Can they make this a big non-conference win and represent the Mid-American Conference at the Rose Bowl? Brandon, I tell you, there's something you got to put on your bucket list, a place to go, the Rose Bowl. Went there back in 2019 for Ohio State and Washington. Final Rose Bowl appearance for Urban Meyer as the head coach of the Buckeyes.
I'm jealous, and you mentioned it there. That's one of the matchups that I'm looking forward to tonight, the biggest non-conference matchup here in Week 1, Ohio State and Notre Dame.
We got Oregon and Georgia as well. That's going on right now. My partner doesn't have his sights set on that one, but still a good matchup on the opening weekend. And service error. Back to a 3-point DePaul lead. Who's going to be the first to 20 here in set 2? 3 big days of volleyball here at the Stroh Center. Falcons playing 1 match each day. DePaul having to play 2 yesterday. See how that affects both teams as this match continues on. And Drova right side is blocked. And DePaul's going to get the point.
And right now for Bowling Green, I think the message needs to be communication. They're not communicating very well. It's drawing people out of position, and then the ball, like it did there, it finds open places to fall to the floor, and they're down 4. They need to make something happen sooner rather than later.
And an ace. Maggie Jones has other ideas. The lead is 5. Bowling Green's going to call timeout. You go through this invitational, Brandon. The second set has been Bowling Green's strength. They made it a 2-0 advantage against Northern Kentucky on Thursday, then evened up the match against Western Kentucky in the second set with 25-22 yesterday.
I think, too, even though the second set has been their strongest throughout the weekend, every game's a different game, and I mean, you're seeing that right now. For DePaul, they're stepping up. Yesterday, their second set was down against Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky took them in the second set, and you're seeing a total role reversal here for the Blue Demons as they're trying to take this momentum to the finish line. They don't want to go home yet. They want to go home with a victory, and we talked about it. They're still looking for win number 1, 0-5 to start the year. They would certainly love to have a win to take back to the home fans.
Go through the leaders right now for DePaul. Underwood, 6 kills. Presley with 5, and the player you were looking for more from, Allie Kindleberger, up to 5 kills, hitting 400 for the match. And then you go through the defense end of it. You've got 10 digs now for Krasowski. Presley thinking about another double-double. She's got 6 digs.
And you've got to watch Krasowski. She's just such an explosive player. She brings the energy at all times. She's got the white jersey, the libero, and when she's out there on the floor, you know which one she is because she's about 8 inches taller than the next shortest player on the floor, which right now is Maggie Jones.
Krasowski has great genes as well. Her father wrestled and played football at Wisconsin. Her brother wrestled at the University of Pennsylvania, and her sister was a collegiate soccer player. The lead is up to 6.
And I think one of the things there for Bowling Green, everybody was into this quadrant of the floor. Watch all 6 bodies converge to one spot. Everybody over there.
The defense pulled in, the big block for DePaul. Laube to Androva. Nice up there in the back row, Hannah Carl, the junior from Carlsbad, California. Free ball. Jones middle. And the collision in the back row, Torres and LaBoy. They went head-to-head there, and Jillianese Torres is shaken up. And the staff out quickly to check on her. She's trying to say that she's okay. She may need a moment here, though. Trying to make sure she wasn't bleeding there either. It looked like that contact may have come up around her nose and her upper lip. And LaBoy and Torres making sure both are okay. Hovey on the roll shot. It's gonna work. DePaul used all of the real estate to try and get to that ball, but the off-speed roll shot effective, and that finally ends the run.
And you could tell there that Hannah Carl was being very cautious about where she was at. She ran all the way back to get it. She's going to run all the way down to the bottom of your frame, but when you're closing in, you've got those metal bars there at the bottom of the bleachers, and you definitely do not want to hit those on the way down.
I tell you, if you know our video man, Michael Leopardo, he would have something to say about what just happened moments ago, tracking that ball down at the railing. 2015, DePaul on top. Presley, out of bounds, tried to go cross court. Falcons, 3 straight points.
Battle back. it's go time here. I mean, you're getting closer and closer to the end of the set. You find yourself still trailing by 4. You need to close that gap, and that's what they're doing right now.
Out of bounds. No touch. And DePaul might use a timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Zidek over talking with the down official. Received by Krasowski. Over top, and a well-timed ball there, keeping it short. Going right over top the block. Found the hardwood. Credit Jill Presley. Mixing it up. Off the short serve. Free ball. Blocked. Mattil was there. Another off speed. Hannah Carl. Carl, another 6 rotation player. Had a season opening 21 kills and 15 digs against Stephen F. Austin. Hit .395 in that match. Followed it up with 11 kills against SMU, but has been a little bit quiet since. And there was a touch.
And now if you're Bowling Green, you've got to capitalize off that mistake. Presley just stuck the arm up out there. It got hit in the back row. And now you've got to try to make a little run here. Down 4.
Alexis Mattil. Pushing it to the pin. Not enough on the touch. 4 hits. Surprised that wasn't called quicker.
Both the officials were looking at one another like, are you going to call it or am I? And
Bowling Green never got a touch on it, did not get above the tape.
No.
Androva. This one's going to be tough to play. Manley had the pin right in front of her. Not a lot of room to work with. That was a much-needed point for DePaul. Still keeping our eyes on Jelly Torres, making sure she's okay.
She was over there talking with the trainers when she went off, but back in quickly.
Laube to Manley. Out of bounds. Presley staying out of the way of that one.
She made that mistake just a couple of moments ago, a couple of points back. She was going to make sure that she wasn't in the way this time.
Middle. Oh, yeah. Andrews delivers, saving 1 set point.
So impressive just the way Andrews can use that size up front. I mean, that one was in front of the 10-foot line.
A correction on our score line. It is set point DePaul. Jaden Walls to serve. Laube and Hovey go off.
Jaden Walls needs to piece together at least a 4-point run.
Right side. That's over, and nobody in the back row. That's a bump kill. Bowling Green will gladly take that right now. All smiles.
And that's been the story of the weekend for Kat Manley. Anything she's done has worked. And I mean, she's already up to 8 kills again today.
8 kills and hitting .438. Push to the back row for Androva. Middle. Yes. Andrews again. 24-22. Remember, Bowling Green, opening night of this invitational, was down 24-20 to Northern Kentucky, came back to win the set 27-25. Almost an ace. What do we have? That ball did not look like it hit the floor.
I didn't think it did either. I think we just got an early whistle, and Presley was as surprised as anyone.
Off a heck of a serve, too. That probably would have worked in Bowling Green's favor.
Yeah. And does this, I mean, how do you think that this affects
Does Jill Presley's reaction tell you anything there?
I mean, how does this affect Bowling Green? They've put together now a little run, and now you've got to wait for the review call. But it looks like it didn't take long.
And we will replay the point. Jaden Walls serving. Bowling Green has saved 3 set points. Presley receives. And well off the net on the swing, out of bounds. 4 in a row for the Falcons.
Picking it up where like there was no review.
Timeout taken by DePaul.
And I like this move. I like this move to take a timeout. You got to try to stop Bowling Green's momentum. You're still in a crucial position where if you get this point, you take the set. I mean, if Bowling Green scores one more point on this run, you're at least going into extra serves, even if DePaul's able to battle back. So certainly take this time out, come up with the game plan. You'd love to end it here. And then on the other side for Bowling Green, certainly I'm sure Jaden Walls would love a service ace right now.
This set started out very back and forth. Then DePaul was able to make a nice run, push their lead up to 7. They had a 20-13 advantage. Then the Falcons made a little mini run, make things interesting. And that's kind of where it's been at since, kind of going back and forth. Falcons hanging in there, now making the run, starting with their service game. And if Bowling Green can take this set, go up 2-0 on the final day of 3 big days of volleyball here inside the Stroh Center, I think that would be huge. Here's that last bump kill for Bowling Green. Part of the big plays that have been made here in this run, saving 1 set point after another.
There you see a Liberty Center volleyball program. They're loving it.
The Tigers of Liberty Center. DePaul looking to take the set. They'll go right side. That is well in. The kill for Taylor Underwood. And DePaul holds on in the second set to even up this match. 25-23, the Blue Demons even it up. We're going to a third here on ESPN, Bowling Green and DePaul. Don't go anywhere.
Or Underwood.
Welcome back inside the Stroh Center. Let's take you through the numbers through the first 2 sets. You see the team numbers. A slight edge for DePaul in kills. And DePaul's blocking improving in that second set, helping turn things around in this match. 2 aces apiece. Bowling Green still has the advantage, 290 to 145 in hitting percentage, but that has tightened up considerably. Brandon, how about the individual leaders now?
Individual leaders, you got to look at Taylor Underwood as well as Allie Kindleberger and Jill Presley. I mean, they're packed at the top in the kill department for DePaul. On the other side for Bowling Green, Kat Manley's doing it all again. Kaitlin Meyer, Lauren Hovey, both with 5. Anderson and Drova contributing as well. And, I mean, you look back at that set, and DePaul played better than they did in the first, but you've got to look at some of the things that happened in that set, and Bowling Green, I'm sure, is talking about it now. The Falcons could potentially feel as if they beat themselves because there were some errors there. The passing wasn't as tight as it should have been. So you're going to look for Bowling Green to improve that. And for DePaul, now you've got a set victory. You've got some momentum. I mean, you lost a heartbreaker yesterday in 5 sets. You come in, Bowling Green beats you in set number 1. Now how can the Blue Demons respond? They take set number 2. It's even back up. How hungry are you for that first win?
Bowling Green wants as much momentum as possible coming out of this invitational, knowing what's ahead against Michigan and Mississippi State coming up. In DePaul, you get that first win, you just build off that.
We're getting closer and closer to conference play, and I know Coach Tomich yesterday, she talked about their non-conference games coming up, both this one against DePaul and then the 2 games a part of the Michigan Challenge coming up, and then we get right into conference play. So we're getting there. We're getting towards the start of the important part of the season.
And Mid-American Conference play, Bowling Green and Ball State, the 2 preseason favorites. Taking you through some of the highlights from that second set. Kat Manley leading the team in kills. And Drova has been all over that back row. And Andrews in the middle there. When they've gone to her, she's been effective.
That she has. Got to utilize the size, and she's done it to perfection.
This team is going to continue to grow if you're the DePaul Blue Demons. When you've got that mix of experience of 6 newcomers, 9 letter winners, just 1 senior.
There you see the smile on the face of Kat Manley. I mean, she's had a weekend to smile about, most certainly.
Manley is out there with Hovey, Matil, Torres, Indrova, and Lauby. And coming out for DePaul, you've got Maggie Jones, Jill Presley, Taylor Underwood, Hannah Carl, Allie Kindleberger, Caitlin Oxley, and the libero Rachel Krasowski. Be Maggie Jones to serve. Thought she did a good job of speeding up the tempo in that second set. Middle, Matil. Say that 5 times fast. Middle, Matil.
I'm going to take a pass on that one. But an impressive play nonetheless. And I think that's one of the things you're going to be looking for. Look for a strong Bowling Green start here in this set number 3. Not the way they wanted the last one to end, especially after they put together that 4-point run. Look for them to come out strong.
To the middle, that was 1-on-1. Presley to serve. A unanimous All Big East preseason team selection. Manley off the feed from Lauby. And that ball, Falcons unable to get it on net. Converting off that first touch that you got to see more of from Bowling Green.
It's just one of those little communication things that they've got to polish up.
Hovey blocked. Tell you, the job that the front row is doing right now for DePaul has turned the momentum of this match. That's overall a young front row, but they've got plenty of size.
And you see them just go up. They're right there. They're perfectly together. They did everything you would hope for in a block.
Manley blocked. It'll be Indrova. Tell you, 2-3 bodies in that back row for DePaul. And going opposite corner, Hannah Carl.
And they're cooking right now. And if they would get another point or two, I would expect Daniela Tomich to use a timeout.
Middle, Mattil.
That's twice. You've got 3 more to go.
Well, you started me out today. You went the 3 M's right out of the gate with Mattil, Manley, and Meyer.
I think that one's going to stick.
Good spot on the serve. Laube, right place, right time. Hovey tried to take matters into her own hands there. Carl. Manley finds it, turns. Dug out by Krasowski. And taken care of at the net, Jessica Andrews.
And I don't even think Andrews left the floor. She just, little slight tap, and down it went. And you're going to see it again. She left the floor, but not by much. Maybe up to the tiptoes and back down.
Right side, off the feed from Jones. Overpass, blocked by Andrews. Bowling Green gets the point. Andrews again.
And this is the momentum that Bowling Green was looking for. They didn't have it in set number 2. And those couple big plays by Jessica Andrews. That's how you bring the momentum back.
Received by Krasowski. Middle. Laube, quick hands. And what's the call? Double contact. Here's Kindleberger. Direct serve. Andrews got it into the block. Indrova. That's Hovey. Excellent play right in front of us. Nice cross-court kill, keeping it short. Hannah Carl. That angle she took, it's tough for any team to dig out. Her younger sister, Delaney, going to see her playing beach volleyball at USC. Out of bounds. Meyer's going to come back on. Jaden Walls in for Hannah Laube. Carl blocked, played out of the net nicely there by Underwood. It's back to Carl, a little bit of a tight pass. Manley, great spot, was wide open, had Jones going towards the back row. 6-all.
And you know, as that play was going on, I was getting ready to say Kat Manley hasn't had a kill in a while. Guess who's back?
There's number 9. Out of bounds. Falcons go in front 3 in a row. Not an easy serve to handle, but a quick transition and another kill for Hannah Carl. She is putting her stamp on this match in this third set.
Wow. That was a heck of a swing. Really fluid motion all the way through. And Carl did not play at all in the match yesterday between DePaul and Northern Kentucky.
Meyer stuffed. I tell you, every point right now, you got to have short memory. DePaul's coming up with the big block. Bowling Green's trying to power through that block. Falcons have made some nice defensive plays. This is great volleyball right now. Great effort on both sides. Manley. Presley somehow got that ball over and up there for Krasowski, and going over top, Walls gets there. And at the net, a little bit of an overpass. Thank you very much, Jessica Andrews.
That just gets you every time, because that height advantage, I mean, 6'4", and you look over at DePaul, their tallest player, 6'2". I mean, even 2 inches is such an advantage when it comes to this game, when you're playing at the net. And when she's been presented with opportunities, she's taken them. And the Falcons are going to owe her a big happy birthday in the locker room after this.
Birthday wish, the Falcons win, I'm sure. 8-all here in the third, 1 set apiece, and I'll tell you, nice play there by Kudiyama, just keep that ball alive. Andrews out of the middle converts. She's up to 6 kills, hitting better than 700 for the match. She hit 714 in the home opener when she had 11 kills, 4 total blocks. Out of bounds. And the boy was looking for that corner.
And this match is just another example of something that we've seen all weekend long. A lot of these matches, it's been a seesaw effect, back and forth throughout each set. Even the matches, some of them back and forth all the way until the very end.
And I like Daniela Tomic's body language right now on this bench. She's sitting back, looking for her team just to play this out. Not a lot of getting up, coaching tips here, just trying to play it out, playing through this battle we got going on. Torres, Walls, it's Meyer. Meyer too strong on that one.
And now Daniela Tomic will come off the bench, but like you mentioned, the body language, that's just calm and collected. That's someone that's very good and has accomplished a lot with Bowling Green.
Off the tape, it crawls over. Falcons get the ace. That's the first ace of this set, and Bowling Green by 2. Here it is again, Torres. When you're leading the team in aces, get one like that, you'll take it. Great effort. And Torres almost a collision there with Petra Androva.
Look at how far they both run.
And coming right at you here, coming right into your living room. Here's Rachel Krasowski. Meyer, Krasowski, nice one hand up, but point goes to the Falcons. Service error, right back to a 1-point set.
It's been a while since we've seen a service error. That's only the 6th of the match for Bowling Green, and we're here in set number 3. So definitely an improvement from their match yesterday against the Hilltoppers.
It's tough to find a way to see any momentum on both sides. DePaul, if you're going to continue to be successful in this set, I think it's going to come from your blocking. Bowling Green's got to start with that serve receive. Androva, smart play there. She was well off the net, didn't try and overswing, just used her touch.
And I'll tell you what, Petra Androva, you mentioned, Western Kentucky really paid a lot of attention to her yesterday, held her low in most statistical categories. DePaul doing a nice job of that again today. Androva only with 4 kills, but she just continues to go after it. So you love to see the willingness to keep trying by Petra Androva.
Manley, nice up by Krasowski. Jones gets there. Torres. Loud beat out to Manley. A double is called. A lot of doubles called in this one today. Manley's pass into the net. 13 apiece. And Daniela Tomic is done with the huddle there. Just got to regroup right now.
No more sit and wait.
Laube. Manley takes it line.
Number 10.
5th consecutive match, Kat Manley has reached double-figure kills. Now can Bowling Green start to open up this set? DePaul's had the answer just about every time. Laube, her pass over, blocked. Krasowski calls for it. Andrews. And Jones there, Krasowski. Her pass, Andrews stuff. Media timeout. Anyone set right now, Falcons 50. Falcons by 2 out of the timeout. Make it 3. The blocking is picking up, opening up this set, Brandon.
It really has. We talked about it back early on in the contest. Bowling Green historically good at the net. It's coming around here in set number 3. And Jessica Andrews has been such a large part of that.
Krasowski couldn't control that ball. Well, I tell you, since Daniela Tomic went over to the Falcons, said done with the huddles, just play, Bowling Green has responded.
It's been all business for Bowling Green, just like you said. And they look like it right now on the floor.
281 to 107 advantage for the Falcons in attack percentage. Bowling Green up to 9 blocks. Make that 10. Straight up, straight down.
And we saw it so many times last year when Bowling Green plays at home in the Stroh Center and they get on these little runs. It's so hard to stop because this team loves their fans. The fans love the team. And when the fans are making noise, the team just feeds off that energy and they become super hard to stop.
Well, we talked about game changers being a big part of Bowling Green's success. Jessica Andrews, game changer so far today with her presence at the net. She's taken advantage of some overpasses, and her blocking, the team has fed off of that.
Absolutely they have, and she's come up with some big blocks. I mean, she's just right there at the net, and there's been some balls for DePaul that it's been almost sure you know they're going to get it across, and then Andrews, just that big arm span, reaches up, gets in the way. And if you watch Bowling Green volleyball throughout the year, when you talk about Jessica Andrews, you're going to hear size advantage, and probably size advantage a third time. But, I mean, it's just so impressive how she's able to use that advantage to benefit not only herself, but the team.
Big block there on the right side attack for DePaul. Her numbers so far today. 9 blocks, 6 kills. Her hitting percentage, .667. Not an easy serve to handle out of the timeout. Attack is out. The run continues.
And so not the way DePaul would have hoped to come back after the timeout. Bowling Green keeps their momentum. We'll see for how long.
Trying to dump it over. Into the block. Hannah Carl ends the run. DePaul, though, still a lot of work to do if they're going to turn things around in this set. Bowling Green, though, did the same in the second set, got right back into it. DePaul had a 20-13 advantage. Bowling Green made it 20-16. The Falcons ended up falling in the set 25-23. They saved 4 set points. Lauren Hovey delivers there. And Hovey up to 7 kills. Right side. Androva back row. Jones. That is well inside the line. Taylor Underwood.
And that was a really good example of just getting the right spin on the ball. She knew where she wanted to put it, and she did a nice job the way she went through the motion and executed just the way that she placed the ball inside that back corner.
Underwood is knocking on the door for double-digit kills. She's up to 9. Walls. Now Meyer kept it inside the 10-foot line, just clearing the tape. Couldn't have placed it any better.
I mean, that's just an example of such good awareness by Kaitlin Meyer. She took those steps back behind the 10-foot line. She made her run up, but at the same time, she recognizes that DePaul has bitten and come all the way over the other side of the floor, and all she had to do was just a little touch to the other side.
Saw the opening in zone 4, a great spot, and we have another timeout at 21-15. Bowling Green leading DePaul. Falcons trying to win 2 out of 3 in their invitational. DePaul, they can turn things around, trying to find their first win of the season. Take you through what is ahead for the DePaul Blue Demons. They have their own invitational next. You can head to Chicago to see DePaul take on Virginia Tech, another Mid-American Conference team in Eastern Michigan, and then St. Louis to wrap it up on Saturday, September 10th. Then it's the Chicago Cup, Northwestern, Loyola Chicago, and then University of Illinois Chicago. Then Big East play begins. I'll tell you, 2 teams we saw here this weekend, Northern Kentucky and Western Kentucky, they played earlier today, and they're going to play one another again next weekend in Kentucky.
And I'll tell you what, Western Kentucky, that's a team that knows how to bring it all the time. And when we get down towards the end of the year and into the NCAA tournament, Western Kentucky and Travis Hudson, you're probably going to hear a whole lot about that squad.
If DePaul's going to make a run, it's got to be right here, right now. 21-15 Falcons. Ooh, thinking about letting that ball go. Krasowski elected to play it. Didn't give a lot of time for a teammate to get there with that pass. You just haven't seen that from Krasowski, those kind of plays. She's been very stable back there. They go right back at her. It's an overpass to Androva. Hammer time.
Just like a gavel right down.
Just cleared the tape on the serve. Gudiamat to the outside for Carl. Gudiamat calls for it. Carl's going to come get it. Androva tried to push it to the inside of the block. Getting her hands on it, Caitlin Oxley.
And I'll tell you what, I love the intensity of Alex LeBoy. When she comes forward after that serve, She gets set. You could watch her eyes follow the ball, and she's always got an expression on her face. She's just so locked in.
Andrews, first ball, sets up, set point.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you're not going to do the whole song?
I figured we'd rather do set point, so I'm going to let you take it back. Maybe afterwards the whole Stroh Center will do it.
DePaul trying to stay alive in the set. Presley, Torres with a heck of an up. It's over to Meyer, out of bounds.
And it's not very often we see a ball almost go up into the rafters at the Stroh Center. That dig almost made it all the way up.
LeBoy, Walls, middle, Mattil, out. Just missed the line. They might go right back to Mattil right here. Walls goes to Meyer. Kaitlin Meyer ends the set. 25-18. Well, we've seen Bowling Green take the first set in convincing fashion. Second set could have gone either way. DePaul even it up. Now the Falcons have retaken control of this match. Can Bowling Green take it in four, or will DePaul extend this one to a fifth and deciding set? We're going to find out here on ESPN.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, you'll never be more than that. What will they say next? Honda, the power of dreams.
The $6 Your Way deal at Burger King is a triple win. Your choice of a bacon double cheeseburger or a rodeo double cheeseburger. Win. Plus fries? Win. And chicken fries? Win. The all-new $6 Your Way deal. It's a win-win-win. Only at Burger King.
Bowling Green a 2-1 advantage. 39-35 in kills, 10-6 in blocks. Hitting percentage, you see that separation, 273 to 098. Give the credit to Bowling Green's defense for helping turn around that third set, in which for a while there, Brandon, felt like it could go either way.
That's how a lot of the sets have felt throughout the weekend. I mean, I can't count how many sets we're up to now. I think it was 14 yesterday. The first match here today was Western Kentucky in 3. Right now we're going into 4, so 7 today and 4 on Thursday night. So this is set number 25 by my math. It took me a minute there. I had to talk it out loud, but a lot of volleyball has been played.
Out there for DePaul is Carl, Jones, Presley, Krasowski, Kindleberger, and Underwood. For Bowling Green, you've got Hannah Lauby, Kat Manley, Jelinese Torres, Indrova, Mattil, and Hovey. Service error to start this fourth set. Just joining us, Bowling Green trying to improve to 3-3. DePaul looking for their first win. This Big East versus Mid-American Conference matchup. Right side, Indrova. 40th kill of the match for Bowling Green. And for Petra Indrova, her 6th. Five aces on the night for Bowling Green, 3 for DePaul. Jones, middle, off the shoulder of Torres. Add another kill for Taylor Underwood.
And I'll tell you what, even though she didn't make it to that ball, Petra Indrova, the hustle and the effort that you see from her on a consistent basis, we talked about it, it's just impressive. That's stuff that coaches can't teach a player. You have to have that will, you have to have that desire all on your own, which is one of the reasons she's been so great as a Falcon.
Block for DePaul. Teaming up Oxley and Underwood. DePaul would love to come out and take immediate control of this fourth set. Almost an ace. Torres. Opportunity for DePaul to make this 4-1. Right side, and Drova went down and got it. Hovey. Nice up by Presley. And Drova again. She's knocking on the door for 20 digs. The attack is out. Was there a touch? Officials look at one another and no touch. And there was no argument from Bowling Green afterwards. They tried to signal for the touch call. Point Blue Demons. Manley powers it through the block. Tell you, in high school, she could power through the block just about any time she wanted to. Come here to that college level, those first couple of years under your belt, she's gotten better and better at mixing up her swings. Over top, and Matil saw it. She almost got there too early.
Yeah, and you saw her. She just left her feet to come forward too soon, and she hit it on her biceps, actually, because she was so far out in front of it, so the timing just not there on the dive.
Manley. Presley having a heck of a match as expected coming in. Bowling Green gets the block. Andrews and Manley. 11 blocks for the Falcons.
$11 blocks for the Falcons, and Jessica Andrews has been involved in 10 of them. I'd say they found the replacement for Katie Kidwell.
Well, hey, those are some big shoes to fill. Katie
Indeed
Kidwell did that her entire career. Andrews, you do, though, like what she's done as a freshman, have an immediate impact. Says a lot about what the coaching staff has done to keep this program successful year in and year out. Falcons wanted a touch call. It's just out. 6-3 DePaul.
And Daniela Tomic telling her something about the way she snapped her wrist forward that time. And you could tell Kaitlin Meyer knew immediately that she hit the ball wrong, recognized it, turned to her team, said, "My bad."
Walls to Meyer. Krasowski's dig. It's over to Presley. Goes through the block. There's Androva. Meyer tried to push it deep. Manley. That time Carl in the back row. And a cut shot. Presley trying to throw off the Falcons' defense. Almost worked. Out. The attack error for Nelson. Long rally, point Falcons.
And here's another chance. Watch the intensity of Alex LeBoy after the serve, right up into position. I can't say enough about that because it was just so fun to watch.
That is out.
And one of the things, too, DePaul up on the scoreboard right now, and while I'm sure the coaching staff emphasizes Bowling Green as just another opponent, just another game, inside the back of your head is still that thought that, hey, we're 0-5, we need to get this first win on the board.
Indrova found her spot in the back row, and there was no digging that out.
Relentless. And Indrova just starting to come alive. Eyed that one up all the way. Jaden Walls, we talked about that connection she and Indrova had earlier on in the match.
Jaden Walls with 3 consecutive matches with 20 or more assists. He's almost to that point right now, 18 in the match. But it's DePaul on top in this set, 8-5, trying to get it to a 5th set. Another short serve. Meyer. Carl in the back row, over to Underwood. Punched in the air by Indrova. Middle. Nice hands there from Mattil. Now Mattil gets a swing, and it will work. Jones and Carl were both there. And Carl was a little bit frustrated that Jones didn't drop her hands to allow her to make that play.
Yeah. Miscommunication, and you could see Carl visually frustrated. So they'll have to shake it off. They high-five after the play.
Here's Kaitlin Meyer. Krasowski, good control. Presley, off-speed swing, dug out by LeBoy. Bowling Green within 1. Out to Presley. Smart play there by DePaul. Go to your go-to player. You're looking around a little bit right now if you're DePaul and don't have quite that confidence that we saw in that 3rd set right now. You're trying to regroup a little bit.
And if you can instill that confidence back in Jill Presley, she's one of those players that could be and have that it factor. For Bowling Green, you look around the floor, they've got a couple of them. And for DePaul, they just need Presley to step up right now.
Presley out of the back row. DePaul back up 3. I mean, she smoked that ball out of the back row.
Yeah. It's one of the things as an upperclassman leader that you just have to be able to do.
Out.
And so that's been some of the struggle, is when DePaul has been able to get on those runs, find a couple of points. Just a miscue like that has cost them the serve, which has taken the ball out of their hands.
Hovey try to go over top. Nice cover there by Underwood. Lauby to Manley, out. No touch. Long way to go, but DePaul feeling pretty good right now.
And Danielle Tomich, just that calm poise over on the bench that we saw earlier.
Again, it's just right now, if you're the team, just play. Only so much you can say and do from the bench. Taylor Underwood adds another kill. Falcons going to take an early timeout, not even going to get this one to the media timeout. The lead is up to 4. Blue Demons on top.
110 yards.
We just got a takeaway, though. DePaul 12, Bowling Green 8. Brad Woznicki back alongside Brandon Lowe. We thank you for joining us on this jam-packed Saturday afternoon. The return of college football this week. We've got the Hampton Inn Invitational going on all this weekend and wrapping up with this match. Baseball, full go. You'll love this time of year, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you look at just the home events for Bowling Green this week. They had a lot going on. Ohio State men's soccer came in to take on the Bowling Green men's soccer team on Thursday. You've got this 3-day tournament. The women's team, senior night tomorrow against the University of Detroit Mercy Titans. Just a lot going on campus here. And then, as you mentioned, around the sports universe.
And my broadcast partner, he's got a high school football game to get to when we go final here. Torres, good court awareness, lets it go. Back to a 4-point set. You have to like the way your team has responded all night long if you're Marie Zidek, the fifth-year head coach for DePaul. Underwood. Now Andrews pass to Hovey. Hovey is blocked. Manley. Dug out. Presley. Carl's blocked. Manley tried to take it line. Jones was waiting. Presley. Unable to get that ball to fall over. It's a 3-point set.
And it was Bowling Green, and even though that one didn't end on a kill, you'll take the mistake for sure. And you can tell just by the personnel that Daniela Tomic has in right now, this is the make something happen lineup. You've got Hovey, Manley, Andrews, Indrova, Mattil, and Hannah Lauby.
Very tall lineup out there. Out. Attack error for Carl.
And you mentioned the tall lineup, and still that one went over the block. Over, not through, not around, not off. Over.
Indrova covers the back row. Lauby goes to Manley. Nice up there by Jones, but it does open the door for Bowling Green. Indrova gets there. Carl. Smart move there. The Falcons were pulled in, opened up some room in the back row. Jones and Underwood go off.
Just great placement into the back corner. Mattil tried to come back to it to her right. But when you're diving all the way out a certain direction like that and behind, it's hard to do.
Big block. Hannah Carl all over it. Tell you, she is a very demanding player. Watch her body language out there. You do get a little smile every now and then, but she's got her game face all the time. That's into the corner for Kat Manley.
And you talk about Hannah Carl and just the game face all the time. Every player brings something different to the table. Sometimes it's intensity, as it is for Carl. Sometimes it's energy. Like an example on the Bowling Green side is Kaitlin Meyer. Kaitlin Meyer has always got a smile on her face, always talking to her teammates, always encouraging everybody. So, I mean, everybody just brings something different to the table, and there's so many different play styles that can attribute to that. But Hannah Carl, like you said, a very intense player for the Blue Demons.
Carl receives the serve. Middle. And dropping that ball, or attempting to drop that ball into zone 4. It was very close to the line on that touch from Bailey Nelson. And the players are telling their coach, challenge this one. If the call stands, it's a 2-point set. And we still have a long way to go in this one, but DePaul just does not want to allow Bowling Green to hang in this one.
I don't want to speak too early because I don't like to be wrong, but I think they've got a case, do the Blue Demons, with this challenge. I mean, this one was right in front of me, and I couldn't tell exactly where it was at because if it caught the line, it caught the outside of the line. But we're going to see right here.
Ooh, that might have been out.
It's super close. I mean, can you tell enough when it comes down? Right there. If you clipped the line, you didn't get it by much. There was a call yesterday, it was in the Serena Williams tennis match, that the tennis ball hit the line by hair. And if that's what, if this ball is ruled in, that's what happened right here.
Do you think it's done for sure for Serena Williams, or will there be a comeback?
I'm a classic sports fan. I would love to see her come back. I mean, I wish Michael Phelps was still swimming. I mean, that's just the era that I grew up in. So, I mean, I've seen Williams play time and time again. I saw Phelps swim for a long time. I mean, those are just generational athletes. And who knows when we'll see the next Serena Williams.
That's Tomljanovic defeating Serena Williams in the third round. It was a heck of a performance in a 3-set match in which Serena, even in that third set when she fell 6-1, that final game was not going to end without a fight, much to the appreciation of the crowd. I mean, everyone you could think of was in attendance or watching that match. Coco Gauff, we'll see if she is the next great American. She's still so young, so much left to go in her career, and she is, over 20 years difference in age from Serena Williams. So the call did stand. Bowling Green down 2. Carl out, and there was a touch.
And this is back and forth. This is intense. DePaul does not want to let another one slip away from them, and they're trying to be the ones to come from behind today. They had it happen to them yesterday, and they will not let this lead slip away yet. Bowling Green going to have to overcome if they want to take this thing in 4.
Andrews in. She took the angle, made it count. For Andrews, still hitting well above 600. She's got 8 kills and 10 blocks.
And Alex LeBoy going to get to serve again following the service error the last time.
And team effort there to get the floor cleaned up. Meyer and Androva. Right side. And Bowling Green had the block there and plenty of time.
Can't get over the impressive net play. Meyer and Andrews right together. There you saw it, the long arms just paying dividends.
Overpass. Bowling Green can tie it. Meyer. Krasowski the dig. Presley out. No touch there. DePaul thinking about a challenge. And I think with where things are at in this set right now, dead even, Coach Zidek's going to hold on to it.
You have to. You never know what's going to happen late in a set like this. That DePaul must win to keep going.
Gudiamat saves it and touched right to the middle of the floor. Bailey Nelson. Pardon me, I believe that was Caitlin Oxley picking up the kill.
And it was just one of those examples again for Bowling Green where maybe just a communication error. Everybody looked at everybody else. And then in the back you had Alex LeBoy, who didn't make up her mind until it was too late.
So with DePaul back in front, Oxley no. And good court awareness there. Jaden Walls was right on the line.
And Walls was actually going after the ball. And you saw her as she approached the line, she tucked the hands behind the back.
Meyer for the lead. Krasowski with the up. Kudiamat goes right side. Found a little space in that back row. We go back and forth here in the fourth. Who's going to execute down the stretch here? Bowling Green's trying to take this one in 4. DePaul has been fighting for a 5th set from the very beginning.
Flip a coin and make your prediction.
Meyer over top the block, Krasowski. Good touch. Going to Androva in the middle. Wide open in zone 2 there. Great recognition. Didn't try and do too much with it, just saw the opening.
Julia Walls coming into the match for the first time.
Julia Walls, the 2021 Mid-American Conference Defensive Player of the Year, All-MAC First Team selection. She's been named MAC Defensive Player of the Week 11 times in her career. She was number 2 on the team in Aces last season with 30. Off the tape, and how about that?
That's why she's in. You hate it when it happens against you. You love it when it happens for you.
Presley off the Falcons block. 19 apiece. Thought for a moment there Bowling Green might be able to keep that ball alive. And Presley hesitated. Jones to Presley. Androva gets it over. Krasowski tracks it down. Middle. Androva laying out. And then the bump to the corner is out. I mean, Petra Androva was a few feet off the ground. You heard her hit the hardwood right in front of us. Talk about giving up your body.
We talk about the hustle over and over and over. And
she's up to 26 digs.
It's happened over and over.
And right now, Bowling Green is contesting that hesitation on the serve from Jill Presley. She was still in her forward motion, but never really got a toss, is what the official is saying.
And
it was a play you really never see.
it was interesting because the ball did leave her hand, but just barely.
Walls the dump, covered by Jones. Walls out to Androva. She is blocked. What an up there by LeBoy. Krasowski keeps it alive. Walls to Walls. They run the slide to Mattil. It's off the tape. Another dig for Krasowski. Jones goes down. She got tripped up by her own teammate. And dumped over the shoulder. Jaden Walls. That's a play to remember.
You've heard the saying, from the windows to the walls, but how about the walls to the walls?
You've been on it today. Tell you, with your music lyrics, and you're going back a little bit too. This is not recent stuff. Man's got a little music history on him. I know what your gen ed classes were at Bowling Green, I can say that. 20 apiece. Bumped over to Carl. Underwood blocked. Out of bounds. Carl thought it might have been in, but it was definitely out. And we've got a timeout. 21-20. DePaul had 2 to use. Good time for it. Here's that last point. Clearly out.
Yep. And if you're head coach Zidek, you've got to call the timeout. You could sense the momentum starting to shift, the crowd getting involved, Bowling Green trying to take back over and just being on the road in hostile territory. I mean, it's just one of those things you got to do, especially with the timeout to burn. Use one, you've still got one left as we draw nearer and nearer to the end of this all-important set number 4.
And if you're DePaul, you've been here before. Now you're trying to find out what you've learned from those moments and execute in a one-point set. This has been the tightest set of the 4 we've played from start to finish.
And I mean, like we've talked about, we've referenced it yesterday, DePaul, Northern Kentucky. That was one that DePaul would love to have back, just didn't go their way. And they're on the verge of the same thing happening again here with Bowling Green, except DePaul doesn't have the set's advantage. If Bowling Green comes back to win this set, it's over.
Petra Androva, 8 kills, 26 digs. Will serve. Bowling Green, 6 aces in the match compared to 3 for DePaul. Combined 20 blocks in this match. The jump set, that is out for Underwood. Presley had to go right up on her shoulders. Torres, now Jaden Walls, not the pass. Just kind of slipped right through her hands for the double contact.
Jaden Walls, I'm laughing because she stuck her tongue out the corner of her mouth, unhappy with that call, but she knew it. She knew it, she recognized it.
This is Phoenix Lee serving, 3rd season with the Blue Demons. Manley. There's Jones on the line. Now Carl. Quick hands from Androva. Big point in this set, and off the tape it drops in for Manley.
I mean, when you're in need of a point, go back to the hot hand. I mean, Kat Manley has been it all weekend. Kill number 13 there.
Falcons 2 points away from taking the match. DePaul has 1 timeout remaining, and they will use it.
And I'm sure this week, if you're around the campus of Bowling Green on a Wednesday and you have a chance to pick up the student paper, I think there's a pretty good shot that Kat Manley could be this week's Athlete of the Week in the BG News.
Well, may even be in the conversation for Mid-American Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
You go by the numbers that she has put together. I mean, she's got her 5th consecutive match of double-figure kills. She hit 267 yesterday. She's at 231 today.
Also a really good performance, too, from Jessica Anders. I mean, 8 kills on 12 attacks, still hitting that 667 margin, and she's been involved in 11 different blocks.
It's been an all-around team performance on both sides.
And that was dotted in the back corner.
This time off the assist from Torres. Got it off the tape and in. 23-21 Bowling Green. Jones. Bowling Green looking to set up set point. It's Manley. Grosowski gets there. Jones out to Carl. Walls' pass kept out of the net by Manley. Great opportunity for the Blue Demons. Andrews block. We have our first match point. Make that 12 blocks for Jessica Andrews. Gonna see where that ranks in a match when this one goes final. The crowd on their feet. Could be the final point of the Invitational. Looking to go line, and Drova was there. Walls to Manley. There's your match. Bowling Green defeats DePaul in 4. Taking the fourth set, 25-21. Bowling Green came together at the right time to take this one, Brandon.
They had to mount a comeback in set number 4, and they did just that. They were relentless. They kept attacking. Kat Manley, another big performance here again today. Cannot say enough about the way she performed, but Jessica Andrews as well, Lauren Hovey. Everyone contributed this weekend for Bowling Green. We talk about the depth, and that's just what you like to see. Player after player stepping up. Alexis Mattil, Jessica Andrews, Julia Walls coming in a crucial point in the fourth set to provide a service ace to kick things off. And I mean, you look at it, and towards the end of the match, that could be the difference maker. I mean, Walls comes in, provides that ace, and then Bowling Green walks away with a 3-1 victory.
Your final stats, combined 96 kills in this match. Bowling Green 13 blocks. I mean, pretty much Jessica Andrews, all but one of those blocks. 6-3 advantage in aces, a .215 hitting percentage. Bowling Green's going to like the fact that they held DePaul to .068. Individually for DePaul, as they'll have to wait another day for their first win. Underwood did lead the team in kills with 12. You had 9 apiece from Carl and Presley. I thought one of the best parts about Presley's game today was her digs, 13. She was second on the team in that category, with Krasowski finishing with 26. And Bowling Green, well, we noted Manley, 14 kills, 9 for Meyer, 8 apiece for Androva and Andrews. And we are going to hear from Bowling Green head coach Daniela Tomic come up here momentarily, as she's going to celebrate with the Falcon faithful that turned out all weekend here for the Hampton Inn Invitational.
And I think one of the most impressive stats that you didn't mention there was Petra Androva had 29 digs. I mean, herself along with Jelenise Torres, they combined for over 50 digs between the two, and that's just impressive.
Here's what you love about Bowling Green volleyball, going all around the Stroh Center to celebrate with the fans. That's the appreciation coming both ways.
Yeah, we talked about it. This team loves their fans. The fans, they love their team, and a lot of support this weekend, not just today, but yesterday and in the match on Thursday.
And Daniela Tomic getting to sign an autograph there for one of the Bowling Green students. Take you through your final scores in this match as Bowling Green came out on top. 25-17 in the first set. DePaul responded to take the second set 25-23. Bowling Green 25-18 in the third and 25-21 in the fourth. Great weekend that we saw for really all teams involved. Northern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, DePaul, and Bowling Green to wrap it up. Now Bowling Green will get ready for the tournament in Michigan. And for DePaul, well, they're headed back home.
And one of the things, too, that I mentioned to you, I know at least once, is it's not very likely, but down the line, I would love to see this Bowling Green take another crack at Western Kentucky. That was a really good matchup yesterday, and who knows, if both teams make it far enough, it could happen again.
Great way to wrap up the Hampton Inn Invitational, as we are joined now by Bowling Green head coach Daniela Tomic. And Coach, these invitationals, these early season tournaments, give you that opportunity to find out what your team is all about. What did you learn about your team over these last 3 days?
We are really good when we show up to play, when we execute the game plan. I like how we again bounced back after the tough loss last night. We finished really late and came back with just hey, it's another opportunity for us. We started really strong in the first set. We were efficient. It looked like we learned some lessons from the last night. And then again, that dip in the second set, we have to figure out how to be a little bit more consistent. But I'm very happy how we closed this Hampton Inn Invitational. It's been a great competition. All the teams came ready to compete, and it was a tough. Every match was a battle. I'm proud of our team.
There was a moment in this match early on where your team's huddling up on the floor, trying to talk to one another. You came in, said, done with the huddle, just play, right?
I said less talking and more doing. We need to do more things. Just do instead of just talk. Talk is cheap and it comes on the floor. Just perform, execute. That's what we needed. And at one point, I also asked our team to match the energy and joy and enthusiasm that our game changers on the sidelines had the whole match. And that energy wasn't the same on the floor. And I asked them to match the energy and joy of their teammates that were just cheering on them. And when that switched, we started playing better.
Speaking of game changers, I'm glad you brought that up. In that fourth set, Julia Walls comes on, makes her first appearance, comes up with an ace at a crucial time.
I mean, Julia is, was a defensive player of the year. She's a fifth-year senior. She's a clutch player. She's tough. Julia is tough. We trust when there are crucial moments in the game that she's going to deliver. She's tough and she's Julia. That's all I can tell you. And that was huge ace. I told her to put a little bit more air under that ball on the second serve, and she did. So it was great. Like you said, a game changer for us.
Coach, great Hampton Inn Invitational. Your team takes 2 out of 3 here this weekend. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, and I want to thank all of our fans. This has been a great week of volleyball. Thanks everybody who came last 3 days. And I also want to wish a happy birthday to our freshman Jessica Andrews and our director of volleyball operations, David. So we just thank you for letting me sing happy birthday for 2 of them.
A great showing all around for the 4 teams involved here this weekend. It's on to Michigan. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Bowling Green head coach Daniela Tomic as the Falcons get it done in 4 sets in the final match of the Hampton Inn Invitational, defeating a very talented DePaul team. It's a team win for Bowling Green, and that'll do it for our broadcast. I want to thank my partner, Brandon Lowe. A busy week for the young man next to me. I'm Brad Woznicki, reminding you this broadcast can only be seen on ESPN. The weekend ends with a Falcon win.